Yo, what's up YouTube family? It's your boy Koozie and I'm back at you with another hot TikTok reaction video. Today we're going to be doing some creepy and bizarre TikTok reactions. I'm talking about the kind that's going to have you questioning reality. With that said, if you're new to the channel, let's go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop some new hot content. Oh yeah, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe anything you hear or see in these videos. Don't believe anything that I say in these videos. Always use your own discernment and always do your own research. With that said, let's get right to the
Teotihuacan, an ancient metropolis in central Mexico that was once home to over 100,000 people, has long intrigued historians and archaeologists. The city was already abandoned by the time the Aztecs arrived in the 14th century, and theories abound as to what caused the civilization's downfall. Some suggest that the city fell victim to war or drought, while others speculate that a rebellion or epidemic may have wiped out its inhabitants. Despite various theories, the cause of Teotihuacan's downfall remains unknown. Recent excavations have revealed impressive artwork, urban planning, and even evidence of a massive fire that may have played a role in its demise. What do you think happened to the lost city of the...
Yo, let me know what y'all think happened to the lost city of Teotihuacan down below. Let's get it. This gonna be a great one, y'all. If y'all was thinking about skipping, I would, because you definitely gonna miss something that you don't want to hear or see. Let's go.
Unraveling the enigmatic charm remains an enigma. Theories point to various Mesoamerican cultures, but conclusive evidence eludes us. Adding to its mystery is the city's advanced design that reflects a deep understanding of astronomy. The precise alignment of the pyramids and structures with celestial bodies reveals a sophisticated knowledge of the cosmos that continues to amaze modern scientists. Despite this unanswered question, Teotihuacan's influence was vast. Its architectural and cultural innovations spread across Mesoamerica, shaping and inspiring other civilizations. Today, Teotihuacan stands as a testament to human ingenuity. What secrets and stories are yet to be uncovered? As we conclude our journey through the majestic city of Teotihuacan, we're reminded of the rich tapestry of human history. What other secrets lie beneath these ancient stones? Stay tuned for more explorations into the past. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical adventures. And now we invite you to continue this journey with us. Join us as we venture deeper into the heart of the ancient world, into the mysteries of Teotihuacan. Until then, keep seeking, keep wondering, and keep exploring the mysteries of our world.
One thing I got to say right quick. Man, that's a beautiful city. And yes, I did say city, and I believe it was also a capital of whoever or whatever, you know, was running things at that time, you know what I'm saying? And we definitely know, because they said the people and the gods, so we already know who their gods was. Probably, most likely, fallen angels. In my eyes, in my humble opinion, I believe this was fallen angel technology too also. And it's kind of obvious, you know. So either the city and these pyramids were built by the, you know, their demigods, their fallen angels, or, you know, they were built for them and they was given the knowledge from them. You know, that's what I'm getting out of it. So I'm looking to see who their God is, you know. You know, it's a big reveal, man. Y'all, let's get to it, man. You know, we got more to go and more to come.
Don't know a lot about Teotihuacan. For example, we don't even know what the true name of the area was called. Teotihuacan is a name the Aztecs gave the area when they accidentally stumbled upon the city many millennia later in the 13th century. When they found this magnificent and mathematically advanced city completely abandoned, they were shocked. They believed it was a city where man becomes God, hence Teotihuacan. The sun and moon pyramid are in perfect alignment to Orion's belt and in perfect alignment with the pyramids at Giza, if you were to superimpose them. So who were these people? Then one day in 2003, an archaeologist comes into work and sees this 3-foot large sinkhole near the Plume Serpent Pyramid. In this sinkhole is a massive underground tunnel that runs right underneath the pyramid. There are rumors that if you went down there, you would get poisoned. So everyone was telling him, do not go down there. But the archaeologist Sergio Gomez, he goes down there anyways. Now, it's important to realize that there are other tunnels, but those were looted way back in the day. this tunnel has been untouched for 2,000 years, so it could really hold all the answers to who these people were finally. So Sergio goes down there. He does not get poisoned, but he does realize that whatever is down there is meant to stay hidden. Why did he think that? Because there were 23 walls blocking entry to the rest of the chamber.
And she answered my question just when I was fit to ask, like, dang, I wonder what happened to old Sergio. Man, I wonder if he got poisoned. She said he did get poisoned. She answered it, y'all, because I'm pretty sure, like me, y'all was wondering the same thing. If old Sergio was alright and what happened, what he found down there. Let's get it, y'all. It's getting more and more interesting, y'all. If I was you, I would not go nowhere. I'm telling you, it's fit to get good. Let's get it.
Question: what was found in the underground tunnels? Most notably, there were 4 statues facing in the cardinal directions. 3 of them were women and 1 was a smaller man. But who are they? The ladies are priestesses, and the man is supposed to go up to the surface with the priestesses and become leader of the area. Technically, he's supposed to become God, which is what Teotihuacan means. It means the land where man becomes God. The statues were also carrying bags on their backs, which is to indicate that they were the founders of the city. In their bags, they were carrying different magical objects such as pyrite, obsidian, and bones, etc. Next question: what happened to the book that was found in the underground tunnel? Jane says it's not a book but a codex, which is similar to a book. Unfortunately, the codex is so deteriorated at this point that they are unable to read it right now. Found the codex quite recently, so the investigation into it is pretty new, so Jane is not able to speak more about it right now. Next question: what is the most supported theory as of now of where the Teotihuacans went? Jane says that there are many theories out there, but what we do know is that there was some sort of collapse at Teotihuacan. Some say that there was a big fire or environmental disaster like a drought or lack of food, because at the beginning of Teotihuacan, they were able to grow all their own food on their land to feed everybody, but as the city began to grow, they needed to import goods from outside, and eventually that became unsustainable. That is one theory. Another theory is that they were chased out of their city or were prosecuted, so that when they went elsewhere, they never told anyone who they were, which is why we don't see their culture in any other place.
I don't know, man. That's kind of strange. Or maybe they went somewhere else, like under earth, underground, or through a portal to a different dimension. Maybe now they're the graves. I don't know, man. Something to think about. It's just a little theory, conspiracy theory out there, that people been passing around, Let's get it, though, man. Let's see what we're going to run up on right now.
But then Jane told me something she didn't say on the tour. She said that the Teotihuacans actively used the underground tunnel for about 150 years. After that, they closed and sealed it. But then, many years later, some Teotihuacans opened the tunnel again. They broke through all 23 walls, and then they took something out and resealed the tunnel again completely until Sergio Gomez and his team found it again in 2003. When Gomez and his team first entered the underground tunnel, they found marks on the floor that indicated that something very heavy was taken out. Gomez strongly believes that what was taken out was a tomb. Why is this important? Because we don't know who ruled Teotihuacan. Some people believe it was one ruler, some people also believe that it might have been many groups of powerful people. So a tomb would answer that question and indicate to us that there was indeed one ruler. Why are they so sure it was a tomb? Because the first emperor in China had a tomb dedicated to him that was strikingly similar to the underground tunnel in Teotihuacan. The tomb in China had mercury pools, carvings of valleys and mountains, and other artifacts that were also found in the underground tunnel at Teotihuacan.
Woo! Y'all see her channel? Y'all go on TikTok and show her some love, man, because she came with some heat, man. Like I always say, man, I always like to show a little support to the TikTok creators and their channels, so I don't cut out the end, in the video, so y'all see their channel names. Go show them some love and go, do some more research yourselves if y'all want to, or find some other content, because I couldn't do it without y'all, just like I couldn't do it without them. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the love, all the new subscribers, and all that, man. I thank all y'all, man. For real, though. Let's get it, though.
Climbing these pyramids in Mexico is actually no joke. Each step is literally a 90-degree angle. They were not made for the people today. They were for sure made for the giants. Were the Mayans giants? Anyway, the view up there is so beautiful. This is in Teotihuacan, 1 hour away from Mexico City.
hey, that's definitely something to think about.
Historians don't actually know who built these pyramids, and while many believe the Aztecs may have built it, they actually found this city hundreds of years after it was abandoned, and given how cool it was, they decided to stay.
Teotihuacan was a huge city. It was like 20 square miles big. We should think this place such as the point of contact that the Teotihuacans have with the deity, with
The gods,
the
the aliens.
Yeah. However, whatever interpretation you want to make out of it. And these guys had a great knowledge of geometry, math, astronomy. If there's something to communicate with out there, they probably knew how.
Who were the Teotihuacan people?
Oh, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Walking through the city built by an unknown civilization, we made it to the Pyramid of the Sun, another pyramid aligned with the cardinal directions. Holy smokes! That is impeccable. That is huge. And it's epic. The stairway is in great condition. That's crazy. The question is, how could the perimeter of the base of this pyramid be exactly almost equal to the pyramids of Giza? It's almost as if the two civilizations communicated with one another somehow, some way, across thousands of years and thousands of miles. Maybe God, maybe an alien.
Yeah, we still don't know what were their main intentions or what was the main purpose of the...
Y'all, that's definitely something to keep in mind and think about, you know what I'm saying? Make your mind want to do it. I know it. We're going to get to the bottom.
exact way of building it.
As we headed to the Pyramid of the Moon, I learned something unusual from Carlo.
This place was designed specifically to amplify sound.
Did the Egyptians build a separate pyramid 10,000 kilometers away that we don't know of? Thousands of years ago, the Teotihuacan civilization thrived in what is now modern-day Mexico. This ancient city was once one of the largest in the world, with a population of over 100,000 people. But here's the mind-boggling part. The Teotihuacan pyramids were built around the same time as the Egyptian pyramids, even though they're located on opposite sides of the globe. So who built these magnificent structures? That remains a mystery. Unlike the Egyptian pyramids, the Teotihuacan pyramids don't have clear evidence pointing to a specific civilization or ruler. Some theories suggest that it might have been the work of an unknown civilization, while others believe it was a collaborative effort by various indigenous groups. Now, let's talk about the Pyramid of the Sun, the largest pyramid in Teotihuacan. Standing at a staggering height of 216 feet, 66 meters, this colossal structure is a testament to the advanced engineering skills of its builders. Imagine the sight of this grand pyramid rising above the surrounding landscape, a true architectural marvel. But the mysteries don't end there. Beneath the Pyramid of the Sun, an intricate tunnel system was discovered. These tunnels, known as the Avenue of the Dead, lead to other significant structures in the city. It's believed that these tunnels held great ceremonial and symbolic importance for the Teotihuacan people. As you explore the Teotihuacan pyramids, you'll come across the Pyramid of the Moon, which beautifully aligns with the nearby Cerro Gordo mountain. This alignment highlights the deep connection between the ancient civilization and their surroundings, showcasing their knowledge of astronomy and sacred geometry.
They recently discovered 3 Egyptian mummies underneath one of these pyramids. But the gag is, we are not in Egypt. We are in Teotihuacan, Mexico, and I want the
Man, hold up. What did he say? We just found 3 Egyptian mummies under these pyramids. But we are not in Egypt. We are in Teotihuacan, Mexico. Say, man, what's going on? What is going on, man? What is happening? We got
conspiracy theories to explain this. The tour guide said that aside from Egypt, this is the only place on earth where they found mummies, apparently.
I don't know about these Egyptians.
It's crazy.
I don't think they made those pyramids. This is how you know Mexicans are the greatest workers in history. Ready? There are also pyramids in Mexico. No one questions who built those. Ain't no hour-long History Channel special about the pyramids in Mexico. Who built the pyramids in Mexicans, mother...
Man, he wild.
Been to Teotihuacan?
No, I've never been there. I heard it's amazing, though.
Something really interesting happened to me there. Now, when not only is this square that we went to and we stand on this earth mound, and this guy whose nickname was Gorilla giving us this wonderful tour, just a spot, the most romantic tour ever of this place for such a rough place. And he goes, wait right here. And we're in this giant square, and he runs down this dirt mound about, I don't know, say 150 feet away, 200 feet away, and he goes, can you hear me? And it was like, oh my God, I could hear him. He goes, this square was built with these mounds here to be able to speak at this voice to 250,000 people.
Whoa.
And I was like, what?
No, boy, did just say that in the last clip, man. I guess it's just been confirmed once again. What do y'all think is going on with that, y'all? Let me know down below. How is that possible? How is that possible? Is it some type of magic? Does it have to do with numbers and math, science? What is it? Let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section.
Teotihuacan, despite its size, has no hieroglyphs whatsoever. There are other cultures in Mesoamerica that were using writing systems. There's nothing like that at Teotihuacan. So we don't really have a clear history of what happened at Teotihuacan. And we can't really find evidence of their rulers.
We don't know who were the original Teotihuacanos. We don't know where they came from. We do not know how they were able to develop a complete, huge, complex citadel in the middle of nowhere and able to sustain thousands of inhabitants.
We have such a sophisticated site that embodies engineering principles, craftsmanship. Where did it originate? Where are the smaller versions of this? Well, we don't find any. So we don't have a progression, an evolution to show where this came from. So we have to ask, where did it come from?
We become conditioned to look at these awesome works of stone architecture and think, oh, primitive people did that and they used primitive methods with primitive technology. But we have to rethink the fundamental assumptions and come to a greater and greater level of understanding that the technology required to build these artifacts, in fact, is greater than anything that they possessed.
Teotihuacan.
Y'all let me know what y'all think though. Did they come upon some ancient technology, something like a nuke, like nuclear power type technology, and did they get so overwhelmed with it and that they consumed themselves, you know, that it consumed them, you know, the whole society, and it blew up the whole society? Or do you think they found some ancient technology and they went up or maybe down? As in under earth, Agartha, Shangri-La, whatever you want to call it, under earth, hollow earth. Because there are stories about the ant people and that, and I think it was the Aztecs or someone. It's stories out there, different cultures that said they came from under earth. They were held by the ant people. If you don't know, go check out my ant people. This is the ant people. Are the ant people real? Are these the ant people video in my catalog? Let's get it. It's just something to put on your brain, just something to think about, man. I'm not saying that's fact.
México, 24 de abril de 2015. Por 6 años, el arqueólogo mexicano
para sus máquinas voladoras. Hay muchas.
So what he was saying is basically the Nazis ran up on the old Sanskrit script or you know, like a scroll. I mean, what I'm getting at, you know they call it all kind of names, but like a scroll is what I'm getting at. And they were saying that possible that they found the technology that it was alleged that the UFOs was using mercury for a propulsion source. You know what I'm saying? And that allegedly that the Nazis had ran upon that, you know, information, and that they were experimenting and trying to figure it out, or that they had figured it out, some would say. Well, yeah, that's crazy though, man. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Y'all think it's possible to use Mercury as a propulsion system, some type of like anti-gravity propulsion system? Hey, we seen it in one of my clips, my last videos. It's no telling, you know. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. This is anti-gravity. Let's go. The show must go on.
In Egypt, right, you have the three main pyramids everyone kind of really knows of. They're aligned with the Orion star system, not now, but on a particular precessionary period, they align with Orion. But then you look at the three pyramids at Teotihuacan in Mexico, which used to be Mesoamerica. Well, they're also aligned with the Orion star system at a particular precession. Not only that, here goes the evidence that they're linked. The base of the Great Pyramid at Giza and the base of the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan, Mexico are the same. The Great Pyramid height and the Teotihuacan pyramid height are exactly split by 50%. So the Teotihuacan pyramid is exactly 50% the height of the Great Pyramid at Giza. And so we say, wait a minute, what's going on? They're both built on top of aquifers, even though the aquifer in Giza is dried out now because the Nile has withered away and moved a different direction. But it was there, and we know that the aquifer was there because the aquifer tubes are still underneath the Great Pyramid. I've actually been inside of them. And then you see the Teotihuacan pyramid built on top of an aquifer. Both of them probably had the same purpose. At least one of the purposes was similar, which was power generation, wireless power generation. And so you look at the pyramids in China. Well, there's three famous pyramids in China that also align with Orion and are put in the same exact position and are built on top of an aquifer. So how in the world can you have this? Then all of a sudden you take the USGS.gov geological survey map of the Earth's magnetic field, and right out of these pyramid sites around the planet, up whips out a gigantic magnetic field. How in the world do you have that kind of coincidence?
Well, man, I'm telling you, one thing I always say, ain't nothing ever a coincidence, man. I'm telling you, because, hey, man, they say the truth is always stranger than fiction, man. That looks like a motherboard. Exactly, like inside a computer. Man, they put it right in front of our faces, man. We got to just pick it up off the ground. Pick up what they dropping, man. The game they dropping. That's it. That's all we got to do. Pay attention. Let's get it. Hey, like I say, it's right there for us to see.
Yep. Banger today. This man, William Durrell, made that mechanical vortex sculpture and unknowingly explained the 4D internet of the ancient world. So even though these little vortex guys are constantly spinning, they never get tangled. They also always meet at that center point. This is a characteristic of vortexes. Vortex eye. This is a rope tornado. I used to live in Kansas, and if you're from Kansas, you go outside and you watch these. I'm tired of saying vortexes, so I'm going to call it the tex. It does not matter the path that the text takes. It will always end up at its corresponding end point. Now watch the stick. As soon as it gets aligned, it just goes straight down to the destination. Really, really fast. Now imagine the spherical ball of the Earth surrounded by a dodecahedron. That means there's 12 faces facing the Earth. In those windows are the constellations. So if we put an antenna on the ground, we could line things up to a star. Now, if you follow me, you know why we chose the dodecahedron, because it contains phi. Phi is the most efficient vortex shape that you can make. Every side on the dodecahedron has phi encoded on it through the pentagram. This is nature's shape of choice because it's the most efficient. Pyramids. If you do a quick search online, you'll see that this happens quite frequently at a bunch of ancient sites all over the world, and people love recording it. Now, this is actually not really that shocking because the aerodynamics of pyramids inherently create vortexes. They're the shape of a vortex. So we know that the wind is just visually showing us what pyramids actually do when you put electricity through them. So if we know that it does all this, what is the reason why we would point a pyramid at a constellation or a star in the sky? I need an answer. If you want answers, take your thumb and smack that link there as hard as you possibly can. It will take you here, and we'll show you where you can get this book. I wrote it. You can also get the digital ones immediately. I wrote it for those who are just getting into esoterics and would like to explore more. It's the best place to start, in my opinion.
Say, man, that little model looked fancy, but it looked weird, but it looked cool, man. I ain't gonna lie. What he talking about though, man, about that, man, that is crazy. It be one way, y'all be thinking it's gonna go the other way, but hey, one thing you don't know and what you need to pay attention to is wherever they're beginning it is definitely where it's gonna end. Y'all, hey, for real, let's get it. Check this out.
Most important symbol in Teotihuacan, a powerful combination of bird and snake, sometimes with canine and feline attributes. It represented ferocious authority and benevolent dominion in equal measure. The plants below the serpent are known as flowering trees. Each tree shows one of 9 motifs at its base, but no clear meaning has yet emerged to us.
They tell you the truth in movies.
Man, I think they saying Shinron was their god, man, out of Dragon Ball Z. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down below in the comment section, because that's what I'm thinking, the feather guy. I think he had feathers too in Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Tillions.
Yeah. Look it up and get back with me.
Thanks again for choosing me to do this. I'm really excited.
So are we.
Do you have any questions before we go to air?
No. Just be sure not to ask anything that would paint us in a negative light.
Excuse me?
Don't ask any questions that would portray us negatively. Ask ones like you did when we first met.
Oh, I think there's a mistake. I'm a journalist. It's my job to ask questions, even if they make the other person uncomfortable.
That was not my understanding. Standing by to go to air.
Afraid I don't have a choice.
This interview is now canceled.
Whoa, hang on. Look, this is just how it's done. I swear I'll be fair.
You'll need to be more than fair if you want to proceed. 2 minutes to air. We can't be seen in a negative light. This interview would elevate your career, wouldn't it, Mr. Decker? Don't you want to elevate your career?
Here because someone we trust personally referred you. This is how we do things. This woman is a doctor. She'll be injecting a small dose of anesthetic into each of you.
Anesthetic for what? Exactly.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight, Prime Focus with Chad Decker is proud to present an up-close and personal interview with Anna, the Visitor High Commander. On behalf of all of us, I want to thank you for this opportunity to get to know you a little better.
Thank you, Chad. And please feel free to ask anything and everything. I'm here to discuss all topics without reserve.
Now, we all just seen her tell him, man, don't be asking no crazy stuff, man. You know, that can't be seen in the negative light. And then she get out there and say, man, y'all don't fall for the boo-boo, man. I had to. I just had to. I had to say it, because that's crazy. And you see, that's why he looked at her like that. And she just smiled like nothing was wrong. You know, it's all like she didn't just tell him what she just told him. Let's get it, man. Crazy. What is this going on, man?
I want you to confirm that you see skull bone. Take a good look at it. It's important. You're next.
What is life like? Where do you come from?
We come from guided people.
It's the reason why he said that, and it's coming up, y'all. I was wondering the same thing. I thought he was cutting into from the implant something, but check this
You've all
out.
passed the test
Test for what?
to ensure that you're not a visitor. In order to walk among us,
pay
they
attention.
disguised their appearance by cloning human flesh under their own reptilian skin. I thought
Dang, I got to find the rest of it. I got to find the rest of it for you guys, for real. Cause hey, for the people who ain't seen it, y'all might want to go see that movie series. It's called V. Go watch it now. Go watch it after you watch this. Go watch it after you watch this. Yeah, go on.
They're ugly. I mean, they think we're ugly too. You know, I guess it's all a matter of perspective and belief system. In my belief system, and I'm only taking responsibility for me, they're ugly. They're anywhere from 7 to 22 feet tall. They can weigh up to 1,800 pounds. They're reptilian. The longer, the ones that have stubby tails, if you see one that has no tail, he's of the warrior class or the worker class. The longer the tail, the higher their rank. When you see one with long tails, with winged appendages, he's considered royalty. There is a way to kill them. If you can't cut off their head, they have two hearts. There's one here, underneath this armpit, and one here. Or if you can't get to that area and you need to slow it down, you need to hit it right above its groin area. It has a very large liver. You need to wound it there to slow it down. It is not something where man-to-man combat you're going to be able to deal with, because they apparently have the strength of 12, 15 men. They're incredibly quick. They're incredibly psychic. They know what you're going to do before you do it.
Come on though, man. Y'all heard what he said though. He talking about reptilians, man. He said the higher or the longer their tail are, and if they have wings, reptilian serpent, yeah, they're royalty. Could they be the same thing? I don't know. Let's see though. What is he? Well, come on, man. What is Kuzi getting at? Y'all fit to see. Let's get it.
The first race to actually chart our planet was a group from Alpha Draconis. They are reptilian beings. They're anywhere from 7 feet to 22 feet tall. They can weigh up to 1,800 pounds. And they don't like human beings. Not here, not anywhere. They were the very first to chart it. They were also the very first to actually have a small colony here 809 billion years ago. Now, one of the very first colonies or places that was colonized on the planet is North America, what we now call the United States. There are approximately, today, 1,833 of these reptilians still existing inside the planet. They have lived here for thousands of years. They live thousands of years. Their bodies are not like ours. They live anywhere from 100 to 200 miles beneath the surface. This is where they are. And it's all over. The planet is honeycombed with tunnels and caverns. There are approximately 18,000 what we know as grays between here and our moon, from underneath the surface of the planet and the moon. Now, the grays. The grays originally came from Zeta Reticuli 2. I'm giving you the Andromedan perspective. I'm not here to challenge anybody else's information. I'm here to tell you their perspective. The grays came from Zeta Reticuli 2. They left there 892,000 years ago. They got trapped in a war called the Orion War, which lasted 600,000 years. It was a galactic war between reptilian forces and human beings.
This dude just say a war between the reptilians and human beings, the Orion War. what is he getting? Where did he get this information from, man? I'm trying to figure it out.
What happened was
ancient airport of some sort with all the tops, and the, I don't know, man.
Captured by a group in Orion, the constellation of Orion, which is Rigel, Valtrax, Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. They were genetically altered there. Many of the females of their species were killed, so they could not reproduce, so they could control the race. They also genetically altered them so that their sexual organs would become atrophied, and eventually they just wouldn't be there because they weren't being used. Now, the Greys, at the same time this was going on, decided that the emotional part of themselves, their personality, was their weakest link. So they literally bred or thought out the emotional part of their bodies, of their character, which is why they have no emotion.
And there's word that the Zeti Reticuli Greys, that there's good Greys and bad Greys that come from both. There's two different stars. As far as the Dracos go, I believe they are the fallen angels. I do believe in angels. I do believe in demons. I do believe in extraterrestrials. I do believe God is a magnificent creator of all things. But I believe the reptiles, the Dracos, are definitely the reason they don't like humans is just like it talks about in Scripture about them not liking humans, saying, "What is man? Why are you mindful of man?" And I'm telling you, Satan himself was a reptile. And you see all of the rituals, all of the things happening, the blood sacrifice, the virile, all that stuff. If you've ever researched any of this stuff, you'll know it is as satanic as you can get. As far as the Greys, I can't tell you. Are they from that star system? I absolutely believe they are. There's a lot of documentation about that, and even the stuff that the government holds, that's where they say they are from. And I've also heard what Alex Collier was talking about when he was talking about the females, there not being any females left. They can't reproduce anymore, and so that's one of the reasons they genetically mess with us. Is because they're tinkering with us, trying to get something accomplished for themselves. Yes, this is the word. There's some very disturbing news out there if it is true. Now, I'm not saying it's true. I'll let you guys make up your minds on this. I've got my own little outlook on what I think about this kind of stuff, but tell me, are they all demons? Are they actually just different species of aliens? Because, we're hearing about insectoids, the Pleiadians, all these other ones. Or are they just part of the demonic realm or the spiritual realm? I mean, there's so many different entities out there right now, and they're all interdimensional. They all move through time and space. We know this. This is something that Congress has disclosed and told us. David Grush has talked about it. And he mentioned it. They said they'd give him a skiff to talk about it even more, to get more information. They never even gave him that because they know he's on to the truth. Tell me what you think in the comments. What's going on with this story? Alex Collier's been talking about this forever. So this is nothing new. We hear this stuff now. Hey, well, guess what? He was talking about it a long time ago and still is.
Man, he said a lot, but I really think it's a little bit of all, mainly the reptilians and aliens. I believe they are demonic beings. We know the interdimensional beings are demonic. I feel like some, or angels are real too. So I feel like some may be good and could be a form of angel. I don't know. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section, though. That's crazy, though.
Who are you? I have many names. My people call me Kukulkan. But my enemies call me Namo.
Don't let that go over your head. I know y'all see he was a person of color, they say, allegedly. I mean, it don't matter, but think about the Olmecs. Don't let it go over your head.
They called him Kukulkan.
Quetzalcoatl, or plumed serpent, was one of the most important gods in ancient Mesoamerica. Quetzalcoatl was the god of winds and rain, and the creator of the world and humanity. A mix of bird and rattlesnake, his name is a combination of the Nahuatl words Quetzal and Coatl. In central Mexico from 1200, the feathered serpent god was considered the patron god of priests and merchants, as well as the god of learning, science, agriculture, crafts, and the arts. He also invented the calendar, was identified with the morning star Venus, the rising morning star. He was associated with opossums and even discovered corn with the help.
They say they always put it in the movies, man. Don't let it go over your head, man. Don't drop, man, what I'm dropping, man. Because it's only meant for you to catch it if you get it.
Quetzalcoatl.
different beings out there to help us with our technology. And I say this because of this right here. Over the last few years, whether the government already has the technology or not, in order for us to be able to advance this much in technology this fast, you would have to have some sort of influence, some sort of something, whether it was even just like a spark from something, because it would be it's extreme. It would be so extremely hard to just get lucky every time we try to invent something, every time we try to improve something. It would just be insane. The odds of being right about something and it working every time you do something, it's crazy. Back in 1979 or whenever it was, however many decades ago it was, that we went to the moon, supposedly went to the moon, the technology that we had back then to do it then, it's common knowledge, and they speak about it all the time and say the reason why we can't go back to the moon today and this time is because the technology was lost. So now that right there is a little example that proves that something that we would see as simple to do, if you look at all the other stuff we accomplished. Going to the moon should be something extremely simple for what we're able to just do. So the technology and the wisdom on how to get off of Earth, we don't have that permission anymore in a sense. Because if we have our iPhone, we have all these different satellites, supposedly, all these different things that just seems like it surpasses going to the moon. But it's like, we can't do it now? Can we not do it because we're not allowed to? The technology that got us there before really is something that we were just borrowing, and all the way to this point now, SpaceX, that's one of the main missions, is to actually get out of space. Because if we ever even really did do it in the first place, the technology wasn't ours, it was just something we borrowed. The whole thing that I'm pointing out is that technology, to a certain point, had to be influenced. It just had to be.
Basically, yeah. Man, that was crazy. What do y'all think? Do y'all think we borrowed it or what? Because like you say, they said we went to the moon. They say the reason we can't go back because we lost it. yeah, lost the permission, man. I feel like too, man, because that make a lot of sense. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. And if y'all made it this far, I sure appreciate y'all for staying here kicking it with your boy Koozie. Man, I'm out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the end of the video, man. Hey, y'all stay safe out there. I'm gone.